Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Oh, that was less than choreographed. Everybody going on their own snap count there. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Look out! Pass to 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And QBs love their big tight ends, especially guys that can do such great things after the catch. He catches it. Dang, Palmer, he looks like a daggum receiver after he catches the football.
What a matchup nightmare, too, man. I mean, he's just too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. If I'm this QB, I'm looking that guy's way a lot more often than this one.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. To the ground with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground, take away that run game, make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. He'll try to do it himself. First down and more. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. From the 22 on first and 10. They'll leave it with him. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow, they don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill, go get the running back, get a tackle for a loss.
Running back searching for a hole. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. To the air, it's Stockton. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Spotted them a 10-0 start. Now to see if they can answer on this drive. Quick pass on the jet motion. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Caught behind the line. It's Miller. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Back to throw, it's Simpson. Fires on the run. Grabs it inside the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening 1st and goal from the 9.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate it. Some plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking to fire. Unleashes to the end zone. Tight end finds a soft spot. Needed one more turn of the legs to get it in there, and he's denied just inches away from the touchdown. A 3rd and goal, and this defense feeling energy from the crowd. He'll keep it on the sneak. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
And when you call the quarterback sneak, you're thinking, I'm going to fall forward and get at least a yard. But Palmer, that defensive line got in there, and the QB got nothing.
Well, he's got to do a better job with the snap count, too, and try to catch the defense when they're napping. Right there, everybody was set and ready. And one more of those type plays, and this dude's losing his quarterback sneak privileges.
No hesitation from this head coach. He will go for it on 4th and goal from the... Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Quarterback making adjustments. The give to the tailback. There he goes! They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. We're through 1, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. The Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll move the tight end. Caught in the backfield. It's Thomas. At midfield, he's got room. There he goes. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Delp. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
This offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their 2nd passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. 17-7 as they start this drive. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Unloads it downfield. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's batted away, and the 4th down play doesn't convert. They'll give up the football.
Man, your goal of a defense is to stop them, is to force punts, and then this is just gravy. Now they go for it on 4th down and medium. On their side of the field, you get the big stop and a chance to switch the momentum here in the first half.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. With the catch, it's Branch.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The give on the inside. Breaks into the... Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Anytime you've got a successful run play on the ground, you've got to have great blocking up front. The offensive line, receivers, everybody doing their job, and that helped lead to the home run.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. He's going to let it go. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Bernard. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
That might be the play that turns the momentum in this game, right? They're getting blown out right now on the scoreboard. It's late in the half. They've got to come away with a touchdown, but that might be the guy you need to keep going back to in the passing game to get yourself back in this game.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Pulls it in. It's Williams. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver, creating enough separation to create a positive gain.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. To throw, it's Simpson. Under fire. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught over the middle. It's Horton. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Grab near the sticks. It's Frazier. Oh, he's got some space. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24. This defense, its head is spinning. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they...